The way you'd formulate with Inspire is quite similar to the way you would work with Celestron or any other color line. The first thing that you would want to do would be to establish what level your client is. I have a little card that gives me all of my levels, and I can put it up against the root of the hair, find which level is the closest to her, and I usually kind of bump up a little bit, particularly if the client has been pre-lightened and is seeking to go back something closer to her natural color. They never really remember what their natural color is. So if you dead on match the roots, you're probably going to run into problems. What I usually try to do is make it half level higher than the color that's indicated by her roots. And then you're going to find out where she's going with the color. If we're going to be lifting 2 levels, 3 levels, or we're going to be darkening. If we're lifting, one thing that we have to be aware of is underlying pigment. So I do have an underlying pigment chart that I use all the time. It helps me with my formulations. If I know that a client is at a level 5 and I'm going to be lifting her up to a level 7, I can see that the underlying pigment is going to be pretty gold with a touch of orange in it. So if she wants to stay a neutral color and I put neutral over that, I'm still going to be a little warm because there's underlying pigment of gold in the hair. So what I might want to do is to give her a level 7 base, but I might want to put in a little bit of the rose or maybe even a tad of the purple. 7's still kind of a high color, so I wouldn't want to use very much, but the rose might not give me enough drabbing power. Just remember, the purple is the opposite of yellow. Rose is just a lighter version of the purple. So that would be my choice. If I'm going to mix a level 7, I'd use 15 grams of the pure cream. I'd use 1 1/4 grams of my neutral control. That will give me my level. And then more than likely I would use something like a gram of the rose and just a 1/4 gram of the violet, just enough to give it a little bit of kick. Seeing as I'm only going up 2 levels, I'll probably use 30 volume. Normally in Celestron, 20 volume will lift 2 levels, 30 volume will lift 3 levels, and 40 volume will lift 4 levels. Inspire is a little lower in the ammonia department, so I'm not really going to get the lift that I would in regular Celestron. I have found that 20 volume peroxide will give me 1 full level, possibly a little bit more than that. 30 volume is going to give me 2 levels, and 40 volume, which the company does not recommend, gives you 3 full levels if you use heat. You didn't hear it here. Okay, we have Michelle here, and Michelle's in for a cut and a color. She has hair that's past her shoulders right now, but what we're going to do is bring it up to a graduated bob, chin length in the front, a little bit higher in the back. And I'm going to highlight out the front areas and then do a corrective color on the back part. She's grown out, she's natural level 4. I'm going to lift her up to a level 5. When I'm done, it will look kind of like this. It graduates from darker in the back to lighter in the front, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the foils in the front in a order and let them process at different times. It's all 40 volume bleach, 40 volume peroxide used with blonde or bleach. What I've done is I've sectioned out an area where her part is going to be, and then I've taken a triangle that's very, very sharp. It follows the part line, so that the bulk of the color is going to be her natural color, and the highlighting is only going to fall in this area. Initially, what I'm going to do is pull out this whole front line, and right down the center of the part, I'm going to put the bleach on that first. Then I'll process it for probably 15 or 20 minutes and take out a line behind it on either side and put on another application of bleach, only with 20 volume peroxide. So I've got lower volume peroxide and less time, which is going to make the whole outside of this triangle a little bit darker bleach up stage than the center of it, which when it falls will give me more of a graduated color. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is apply a color guard around her face. I pulled all of her hair back off of her face. I am going to be using bleach around here, so I don't want her to be too sensitive. This particular color guard is in individual applications. And it's guaranteed to guard me against the darkest color. First thing I'm going to do is start right down at her sideburns. Got all of my hair separated. I'm going to come out from the root a little bit to start out with because she has some body temperature going on here. And the closer I get to the scalp, the warmer it's going to be, so the lighter it's going to get faster. I got these new tools from Temple Clean, same company that makes the barrier that I just put around her face. They're a little bit different than most color brushes. They actually have a spatula end. And one of the things I like about it is it helps make my placement a lot easier. Where I don't have splaying from the brushes, I can get the color where I want it. Also, they're extremely easy to clean. Not like bristle brushes where the color catches in between the bristles.